DJ Rico Banks. That's what it is.
Hi, today we speak with Anderson Cowan, director of the film Groupers, about his latest film, plus more here on Underground Reggie. Hi, this is your host, Rico Banks, and we're here for another episode of Underground Reggie here on the IMN. Today we're here with Groupers director and writer Anderson Cowan. Anderson, say what's up with the people.
What's up, people, and what's up, Rico? How are you, man? Thanks for having me on.
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. So, you have a new film that's getting ready to come out, that's getting ready to be released called Groupers. Can you tell the people a little bit about it?
Yeah, man. Groupers is my first feature film. I've been making movies for about 20 years now, and this is the first one that I actually decided to go full bore and raise the money to make a feature film. It is a low-budget feature, but nowadays with low-budget features, if you have the right equipment, it can look just as good as anything you see in the theaters. And I wanted to make it look as good as possible, and I also wanted it to be as obnoxious and as thought-provoking and to maybe hopefully create some waves out there. It's all about homophobia and bullying, and that's the question whether or not homophobia is a choice, which I've always found a startling, ridiculous question, to be frank, but that's what we posit in the film.
Okay, so where do you see your film fitting in today's marketplace?
Good question. As far as marketplace goes, that's the whole thing with the low budget. It's not just low budget when you're making the film; it's also low budget when you're on the other side of that and you're trying to find. There's so much noise out there, Rico, and it's all a matter of trying to get the movie in front of as many people as possible. As far as just making them aware of it to begin with, and obviously, the Marvels and the Disneys and all the big guys have you beat, and they have a built-in system. When you're a little independent guy like me, you're just off to the side trying to say, hey, over here, check us out. So we got a pretty on and popping poster that I think is eye-catching. I don't know if you've seen the poster with the pink gas mask. And like I said before, I'm trying to make something that people will talk about. I think that I've created a movie where you can't watch this movie. First of all, you're going to enjoy the movie. You're never going to be bored. You're not going to forget the movie. And once it's done, you're going to want to talk to people about the movie, hopefully. That's the goal.
Okay, so I got a question since you just touched on it about the poster. So what is the symbolic significance of the pink gas mask?
Well, our lead, our protagonist in Groupers, she's a young female grad student. And the story is she's got a little brother. You learn pretty quickly in the film. So it opens up with her kidnapping these two guys that she meets at a bar. They're two high school jocks, and you're not sure. They think they're going home with her for a threesome, and then she has other plans, and she essentially beats the hell out of them and uses the taser and her van, and she wears a gas mask because she uses some tear gas on them, and that's one of the opening images of the movie. And it turns out that she is... Her little brother has been getting tortured by these two guys for years and years because he's gay. And she's hatched a plan where she kidnaps these two homophobes, and they've been saying, hey, homosexuality is a choice. Why would anyone choose to be gay? And she strings them up at the bottom of an empty pool and tells them that they have to be gay for each other to be let go. So that's where the pink gas mask comes in, because it's one of the first things you see. You realize she's a badass, and she's a female, so you get the pink gas mask.
What do you feel the importance of humor played in this film?
Honestly, I don't know if I'm capable of writing just a straight drama. Everything that I look at always has to have a twinge of humor to it, or else I can't get up and move during the day. Life is kind of scary enough and depressing enough, and if I didn't see things with a funny angle, I don't think I could get through the day. And then I've been working on this thing for over 3 years. Every single day I'm thinking about Groupers, looking at Groupers, doing something with Groupers. It took a year and a half, 2 years just to get it completed. And if I was looking at one of these dramatic, mopey, zero levity movies every single day, I don't know, I'd be so depressed. So I always have to have levity with everything I do.
Okay, so I have another question. Do you think the film will be more impactful with having younger characters?
Yeah, with having a younger cast?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm going at. I have an older cast that shows up a little bit later, but yeah, the primary subjects are like we're supposed to be seniors in high school, and I think that's where a lot of the homophobia still lives.
Nah, I agree with you 100%. So I have another question for you, Anderson. What made you get started within the film industry?
I was born and raised in L.A., and I was around it my entire life, and I never really liked the when I remember being a kid, and some of my snobby friends, my peers, like their parents were in the film industry, and I didn't really like them that much, so I kind of, as much as I love movies, I didn't think I wanted to be one of those people at an early age, but just my dad used to take me to R-rated movies when I was like 7 or 8, and I've had this deep appreciation for movies for my entire life, but I kind of just held off until I was around 20, 21 years old when I finally decided, you know what, I'm gonna see what it's like to work on a set, and I started volunteering as a PA on sets, and started writing some stuff like in the mid-90s, and it's been a lifelong dream ever since.
Man, Anderson, I appreciate you for the insight. Is there any last things that you would like to leave our audience with?
Just, you know what, this is like one of those movies where I watch movies for a living right now. That's how I make a living. I got a couple podcasts that talk about movies, and I got an income that comes from those, thankfully. I've been doing it for over 10 years now. One's called The Film Vault, and the other one's called Cinematics. And my favorite thing to do on those shows is to find small little movies that people otherwise wouldn't have heard of, and that are worth watching and bringing them to the show. So I think that what I've created with Groupers is one of those discovery movies. It's a movie that, like, if you are fortunate enough to find it and see it early, and then, you know, tell your friends about it, like, you'd be the guy or the girl that's like, hey, you've never heard of this movie, but it's worth watching. And then it's kind of fun to get credit for, uncovering some of these small little independent movies that otherwise go unseen.
Anderson, I thank you for your time today. Can you let our audience know where they can find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm at Anderson Cowan. That's Cowan. I'm not as active as I should be on the old Twitter machine, but I'm trying to get better at it. And I'm on Facebook, and I got my own website with all the dates and everything you can find, AndersonCowan.com. But mainly I just talk. I like to talk. So that's kind of my social media, my podcast, the two film podcasts, Cinematics and The Film Vault, which you can find everywhere.
All right, Anderson, I appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us today. And, man, much success to you in the future.
Thank you so much for having me, Rico. That was a lot of fun.
Hey, you're welcome. You have a good one.